A violent motorcycle crash in southern Kentucky kills a young rider. We'll have more on the victim coming up.
A group of brothers in Louisville helping out through good deeds is being rewarded.
And many people aren't watching what Team USA is doing on the basketball court in Rio, but off. We'll have that story ahead.
This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon to you. Amber Philpott and Andrea Walker reporting. Sam has the afternoon off. A young motorcycle rider was killed in a crash in southern Kentucky Wednesday.
We are learning new information about the head-on crash that happened on Kentucky 192 west of London. WKYT's Phil Pendleton spoke to investigators and those that knew the victim and has more from the scene. It's our top story at 4:30.
The crash happened here on Kentucky 192, about 6 miles west of London. I'm told that the motorcycle driven by 30-year-old Bentley Hayes was actually headed west, and a minivan about the same time was pulling out of the driveway to go east when the two vehicles collided. Police say he died at the scene. The driver of the minivan was not injured. The crash is still being investigated by the Laurel County Sheriff's Office.
We haven't made a determination yet as to all the circumstances of the crash. We do have an accident reconstructionist that will be looking at the crash later on this week and the first part of next week to continue the investigation.
Now, earlier today, I spoke with William Jones. He is Hayes' best friend. He tells me that he was actually riding with Hayes when this crash happened. He says he saw the whole thing. More from him on how he is remembering his best friend coming up at 5:30. But for now, Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Police say they don't suspect alcohol was a factor, but they say toxicology tests are always taken when investigating deadly crashes. GE announced today it is closing its Lexington lamp plant. Around 150 people work at the manufacturing facility on Edison Drive near Lafayette High School. The plant makes traditional light bulbs. GE says operations at the plant will be phased out by August of next year. GE blames the closure on new technology and the move away from traditional lighting.
Fire investigators are back at the scene of a late-night fire at a Lexington hotel. The fire broke out in a storage room off the kitchen around 11 last night at the Ramada Hotel on North Broadway. Crews are still trying to figure out the exact cause. Hotel guests were forced to grab their personal belongings and evacuate the building.
The Ramada is relocating all of the patrons to other hotels. We've been able to let them get in and get some of their essentials, keys and wallets and that sort of thing.
Luckily, no one was hurt. The hotel remains closed. It is another day of hit and miss storms here in the Bluegrass. Some of us could pick up heavy rain while others won't see any at all.
But that won't be the case this weekend when storms become more widespread. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Yeah, that increase in the thunderstorm threat really kicking into high gear later Saturday, Sunday. But the short term, you guys summed it up very well. You've got those scattered thunderstorms and the tropical air that is across the Bluegrass state. Tropical sky on top of us. Just to show you how kind of weird the weather is right now, just look at this camera view. Tropical clouds over top of us, but then look, we've got the bales of hay showing up in the field across the station here on Winchester Road at WKYT. Yeah, hay bales, tropical, don't often collide in the same sentence, do they? They are today in the Bluegrass state. 88 current temperature, feels like it is 95 degrees though, with a humidity at 59%. It's the humidity, not the actual heat that is getting to you. Many areas only upper 80s, but you throw the humidity into the mix and it feels like it is into the mid and some cases upper 90s. Defender Radar Network, London, Laurel County, down toward Corbin, Williamsburg, Whitley City, Barberville, Knox County, a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms. That extends a little farther to the northeast, and we're talking about some teeny tiny stuff into Breathitt County. Lexington Metro, not so much. The flow continues to come from the south, and as we look ahead, tropical feel could lead to some issues. We go into a prolonged period of thunderstorms that may eventually bring a flash flood threat to the Ohio Valley. We'll track that when I come back in a little over 5 minutes.
Chris, thank you. Kentucky's drug epidemic is leaving its mark on our elders. Grandparents are stepping up and taking care of their grandchildren while their children are dealing with drug addiction. The Rowan County attorney says when a child is taken from the home, 90% of the time it's because of drugs. And the first place Child Services looks to take the children is often to the grandparents. We talked to one grandmother who has been raising her own grandson for the last 7 years.
I didn't know what I was going to do. But the neighbors, everybody found out I was coming home with the baby and had nothing. And by the time I got home with him, I didn't need for anything.
Amber is at the live desk with investigative reporter Miranda Combs with more on what she's working on for 6.
Andrea, thank you. Miranda, this story came out of a conference that you attended recently and kind of got you thinking about this.
We were at the coroner's conference about a month ago, and there were paramedics there, and the paramedics were talking about the fact that when they go to homes, a lot of the times they're met with grandparents instead of the parents. So they talked about what a big issue this is, and I talked to the county attorney there in Rowan County, and he confirmed that it was an everyday occurrence.
You sit down to talk with him, and he ends up telling you that almost every day he's got a grandparent talking to him about how they're now taking care of their grandchildren.
He said 90% of the time that a child is taken from the home, it's because of drugs. He said everyone in the courthouse deals with the drug epidemic every single day. Their county is not unusual to many counties in Kentucky. And when children are taken from the home, the first place they go, or the first place that Child Services asks, is family. And so that leads to grandparents a lot of the time.
And obviously, folks just saw there, you're going to sit down and you're going to talk to one of these grandparents who's now raising more kids.
And her daughter has been dealing with addiction for years, and she got the call that her daughter was in labor. As you heard in the soundbite there, she showed up and took the baby for 7 years. But this story has a good twist, so we'll tell you about that.
We like those good twists. We'll see that tonight. Andrea?
Last month, we told you about 4 brothers in Louisville who offer free lawn service. Now they're getting paid back for their good deeds. Don G has the story.
It started out as a punishment.
Yeah, I felt like he was being a smarty pants.
So since you want to be a smarty pants, go cut the yard down the street. It was an abandoned house. It was tall.
A punishment that has now turned into a source of inspiration and celebration.
So I had cut that yard, and then I started liking it, so I just went around cutting yards.
Cutting yards for free.
Once I posted it, it went viral so quickly, and messages from Australia, Africa, Canada, California.
As their fame grew, so did the workload, and so did the free lawn service crew. Dad told the other 3 boys in the family,
help Travis out, cut the grass. First I was like, I didn't want to do it, and I was being lazy.
I was irritated, like I didn't want to.
Irritation and frustration turned into pride and confidence.
We've touched a lot of people's heart, and we've done good for a lot of people.
Come on, young man. And as the saying goes, you get what you give.
On behalf of Damascus Temple number 58, we decided to go out and purchase you guys with a new lawnmower, continue the good community work that you're doing.
Making a difference, 1 yard at a time.
The greatest part of it is seeing the smiles on everyone's faces. It's a blessing to know that it's people that feels like we're really changing the community.
If we getting so much love and support from them just cutting grass, just imagine if everybody did it. You know, just a little bit of love, that's all it takes.
Dawn G, Wave 3 News.
That is an awesome story. The brothers have raised nearly $90,000 on their GoFundMe page. According to the page, the money will go toward equipment, maintenance, fuel, and a trip to Disney World for any kid willing to donate their time for the movement. Love it.
We need more stories like that.
I couldn't agree more. The USA Olympic basketball team is one step closer to gold. They are undefeated so far in Rio.
Yeah, 10 of the 12 men on this year's squad are playing in their first Olympics, but the absence of big names like LeBron James and Steph Curry hasn't stopped them from winning games or people's attention. Jamie Yukas reports from Rio.
Soaring slams and pinpoint accuracy from behind the arc has made it seem for the elite U.S. men's basketball team that gold has never been a question.
Really, the only competitor that the U.S. faces is itself. Complacency is going to be the main issue they face.
But for a team that's gotten used to gold, the hardware isn't necessarily the prize.
The bond that we will have for a lifetime of us winning gold in the Olympics will be a lot more special to me than just the actual gold medal.
Only 3 games into this 2-week-long tournament, the 12 superstars on this team have already grown closer.
This is the tightest team I've ever been on, and and I feel as though everybody here relates to one another, and we respect each other.
Basketball brought them to Rio, but they're making the most of their time off the court.
What's up, Snapchat? We out here. Yeah, straight up. We out here. Had a lot of fun seeing the Christ the Redeemer today, and something I always wanted to see, and cross that off my bucket list.
And they're cheering on their compatriots in the pool, waving American flags, taking photos, and posing for selfies. Managing all that personality is Duke coach and basketball legend Mike Krzyzewski.
He tells these guys, I want you to bring your ego here. If everybody feels good about themselves, if everybody has confidence in their game, we're going to destroy the competition.
A strategy they hope means the red, white, and blue will be joined by gold.
One more gold medal for Team USA would put their total at 15, but first they have to play Serbia, and that happens on Friday night. Jamie Yukas, CBS News, Rio de Janeiro.
And former UK basketball player DeMarcus Cousins is part of that 12-man roster. This is the first Olympics for Cuz, who participated with the Team USA at the 2014 FIBA World Cup.
The latest viral video shows you what not to do when you miss a flight. A closer look ahead on WKYT News at 4:30.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Weekend is now in sight, and we're getting there slowly but surely, sweating it out together. And we've got temperatures out there today that are fairly typical for August. A lot of mid and upper 80s, the occasional 90 sprinkled in there in a few locations. We range from 86 into Somerset, actually 85 Middlesboro, to 90 there into Jackson and Frankfort. 88 Lexington. Throw the humidity in. And this is what everybody's talking about today. It's the humidity that is crazy high. It's tropical juice straight out of the Gulf of Mexico, so it feels like it's in the mid and in a few spots upper 90s out there. Can we get a little heat-busting thunderstorm? Yep, we can. And we're looking across parts of southern Kentucky right now, Pulaski County, and especially over toward London and Corbin. Interstate 75, a couple of raindrops falling on top of downtown Corbin. Folks here into the Keavy area of Laurel County. Looking just to your south along 312 there and getting it on some heavy downpours. East Bernstadt, one lone little shower just to the north of us here. It's right on top of 25. And then look at just the isolated nature of this stuff from Manchester over to Jackson on top of West Liberty. Northeastern Kentucky, a little drier today compared to yesterday. Bluegrass region, very similar today compared to yesterday. Can't buy a thunderstorm in the Bluegrass region. I'm not going to complain. I don't think too many folks out there are going to complain right now if we continue to dodge a shower or two in the Bluegrass region, considering how much rain we've picked up so far this summer. Here's the flow straight off the Gulf of Mexico. Showers, thunderstorms down here. Spin. Wow, look at that. I mean, it's pulling juice in on the east side of that from the Bahamas, the Caribbean, and kind of wrapping it on in here. And this whole system is going to continue toward the west, get picked up into the westerlies, and then slowly toward the Mississippi Valley and the Ohio Valley. So as we go through the next few days, as we get deeper into Saturday and Sunday, thunderstorms will begin to increase. Now, you're going to get a storm or two out there tomorrow. It's going to be tropical. Any storm that goes up can produce some heavy rains, yada, yada, yada. Best chance for some thunderstorms around will come later this weekend and early next week. And a day or two, I just can't pinpoint exactly which day, has just washout material written all over it, but the best chances maybe later Sunday into Monday and Tuesday. So we'll keep that in the likely category, but I reserve the right to bump up any day into washout status as we go through the next couple of days. Here's your 7-day forecast with those thunderstorms increasing. Now, it's not going to be all the time rains over the weekend. So if you got some outdoor activities, Midsummer Night's Run on Saturday into downtown Lexington will hopefully kind of be in between the storms for that. We go into early next week, and we got to watch that tropical moisture. Anytime you get tropical juice and a stalled out boundary, you can put down some heavy rains.
Kind of love that you just yada, yada, yada the forecast.
You like the Seinfeld
But when
reference?
it looks like that, you know, like just rain, 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 I guess you can.
That's it. I mean, basically, I've been giving the same forecast for the past 2 months.
If it takes a washout to cool it down, let's have one.
We're good for it.
Do
Listen, long range call next weekend. We may turn it cool around here for a few days.
That'll be a change.
But it
for
may
sure.
come after all this rain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
It's a family business all about bows. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about with more on Bows with Attitude when we return here on WKYT.
They specialize in bows, yes, hair bows, and business is booming.
Our Deanne Stevens is out and about with Bows with Attitude. More on the bows and other products. Hey, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. I'm in the home of the beautiful royalty family where their basement has turned into a bunch of bows inspired by this young lady, Caroline Royalty, who's a cheerleader. You've worn a few bows in your lifetime
Yes, I have.
at the young age of 15, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
How cool is it that your mom took your love of bows and having to wear them and has turned a business into it now?
I mean, it's pretty cool because, I mean, I used to order them all the time, and now, like, if I have an outfit that I want to wear, like, she just matches it right to it.
And you just come down to the basement and do a little shopping, don't you? Jennifer Royalty is with us. Bows with Attitude. You started this business. You even quit your full-time job to take this over.
Yes, I did.
Pretty cool thing that you're doing and doing very well with it.
Right. Yes, it was. If you would have asked me 10 years ago if this is what I would have been doing, I would have told you were crazy because there was no way. But sometimes things just take on a life of their own, and that's exactly what's happened with this.
So tell us how it got started as you and I make our blue and white bow.
Well, basically, we had a bow come to us. It was not completely finished, so I was
Right.
like, well, this isn't that hard, but I did take it apart, and so that's kind of where I figured out how to do it. So basically, everything I've done with this business, I've taught myself, or, you know, a little bit of YouTube here and there.
Right.
But for the most part, we just kind of figured out what works and what doesn't, and how to make it a better product to hold up, because these guys are hard on their stuff when they're cheering.
Well, yes.
Competitive or school, and we deal with both, so they are hard with it.
Well, clearly it's working because you have like I saw a whole table full U of L cheer. I mean, you've got all of these different cheer teams ordering from you now.
Yeah, we do, and we've been blessed to have them as a great client as far as, and we've picked up a lot of schools and even softball teams. It's not just cheer. I mean, we do handle a lot of different businesses or different types of sports, such as, you know, softball, some soccer players, because if you've ever seen those softball kids, those bows are getting bigger on their heads too. So I appreciate that.
Wow, I'm impressed. Okay, let's get started here because you said it's so simple, but not
Yes,
really.
it's very simple. I'm going to give you this one because
Okay.
that one will be easier for you. But
All
basically,
right.
everybody thinks you actually physically have to tie these, which you don't. So you're basically going to kind of crisscross them like this, and then you're just going to scoot everything together. I know you're trying to do this one-handed.
One-handed,
That's good, that's
impressive.
good. Okay.
I've tied a few bows.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you've got the girls. You understand. But basically, then we don't put any metal in our bows. I'm not big on putting metal in a kid's head when they're tumbling around, especially. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
use a plastic zip tie and just a hairband, and you just kind of secure this together.
Wow.
And then we center it off. And like I said, it doesn't take long. We can crank out about 150 a day if we need to.
And I love this. Is a whole family affair here. You got the kiddos
Yes.
helping?
They all work. Reagan's more on the business side of things. She likes to go to competitions with me and sell. So, and then Caroline, she likes to do a lot of the designing, and so.
And she wears them and
appreciate
sells them,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Not only bows, but look what else they have.
Yeah,
Tell
we
us.
do a lot of custom sports bras, T-shirts, tank tops. I mean, basically, all this stuff has happened based on clients asking me, you know, can you do this? Can you do this? Because I really didn't know anything about any of this,
Right.
including the bows, really, in the beginning. But it's all just taken off, and like I said, we are very blessed to have this, and you know, I can't say enough about how crazy this has been over the past 4 years. How this took
I
off.
love it. I love the
it's-
story. Caroline, I love that you're going to teach me how to put this bow in my head once I get it tied, right?
Yeah.
She said I didn't have it high enough earlier. I was trying them out from my high school and college days. You can check it out for yourself, bowswithattitude.com. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
Coming up, we will meet a polar bear who is on the move. She's getting a new big sister. Chris Bailey is telling us that maybe we're going to get some heavy rain, which doesn't sound like a good thing for the weekend, but if it'll cool us down.
Yeah, and it's not a surprise. I mean,
No.
we've been dealing with this all summer. So, Chris?
Yeah, you pretty much got it. That's it in a nutshell. We go into the weekend. Thunderstorm chances are going to wrap up. And you know, the temperatures aren't very far from normal. It's the middle of, first part of August, kind of the dog days of summer, upper 80s. In many areas, 86 in Jackson, so we're a little cooler here, but it's the humidity that is the absolute deal breaker on a day like this. So the thermometers aren't really what I would consider hot for this time of year. It's the heat index that is kind of crazy on us right now. We look at your Defender radar network, a little isolated shower thunderstorm from Morgan County down toward the London area of Laurel County, and we'll keep an eye on those scattered thunderstorms that will continue to work toward the area as we go through the next few hours. Right now, let's check on traffic and see what Officer Don has for us.
Well, police are working a collision at Walnut Hill and DeLong Road. They're on the scene there right now, and part of that intersection blocked. That's Walnut Hill and DeLong. Still having trouble on the north side with the traffic signal on the exit ramp from I-75 north to Paris Pike. At the bottom of the ramp, it's bumper to bumper. Drive times to Paris, not really impacted because of that situation, so it looks like we're normal there. To Winchester on 64, it's a straight shot. Now back to the studio.
Officer Don, thank you. A polar bear gets a big sister and what not to do on a runway. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
A young polar bear who has captivated the country since her birth, oh my gosh, so sweet, at the Columbus Zoo last November is moving to the Oregon Zoo this fall. This is Nora. She was born last November, and about a week after her birth, Nora's mama bear started leaving her unattended for long periods of time. So the zoo's care team decided to hand rear the cub. When they first began raising Nora, she weighed about 1 pound. Now she weighs about 150 pounds, and she really seems to be happy about it. Zookeepers in Oregon hope that Tasul, a bear who lost her brother, will befriend Nora and serve as her polar bear mentor. So distracted, they're so cute.
If you've ever missed your flight, you know that it can be a real bummer, but we do not advise doing this. Take a look. A passenger in Madrid, Spain, who apparently missed his departure, somehow managed to bypass security, jump from an open jetway to chase down his departing plane on the tarmac. With his bags in hand, the man attempts to actually board the flight moments before the plane was set to take off. Video of the bizarre incident was captured and posted online by a ground crew member. Here's hoping he enjoyed the ride because he was detained upon his arrival and is now facing charges.
The real question, what is so important that you would do this guy?
What not to do at the airport, folks. That's the lesson today that we gave you. On that note, please stick with us. Here's what we're working on for you now at 5 o'clock.